Another really nice modeling tool is new to Maya 2018, and that is called QuadDraw. It allows you to actually draw new geometry on the surface of an existing object. So here we have a character's head, and if I click on it, you'll see that the geometry is pretty dense. Now we can use QuadDraw to simplify this geometry or draw new detail that can merge with the geometry. We do this by making that surface live. So let me show you the process, and then we'll do some QuadDraw. So before I actually turn this live, I want to turn on shading, and let's go ahead and turn on wireframe on shaded. I want to see the detail of this as I work. And then we can select the surface, and we can select this little magnet icon here, and that makes the selected object live. Now when we press this, notice how the color changes to a darker green. And now we can draw directly on the surface and everything will snap. Now we're going to draw using QuadDraw. So I'm going to move this over a little bit, and under Mesh Tools, you'll see we have QuadDraw. Now I'm going to open up the tool options here, and let's take a look at these settings. Now we have a number of settings here for auto weld and strip width, but the most important one is just the keyboard shortcuts, which are part of the tool settings. So I like to keep this up while I work so that I can remember where everything's at. And I'd advise you to do the same. And once you get the hang of it, you don't need to bring this up, but go ahead and keep that up so you have a nice handy reference. Now, QuadDraw works by laying down what are called dots, and these are basically vertices, and then you can use those dots to create faces and additional detail. So let's go ahead and draw on this character here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. And then we can draw dots by left clicking. So I'm going to go ahead and left click. Notice how we've laid down a dot. Go ahead and left click again. And we need 4 dots to create a face. Now I'm going to keep drawing. I'm actually going to draw some more dots here. And so let's draw, say, enough for 3 faces. Now the real key to this tool is understanding that we have 3 main controls here. We have Shift, Tab, and Control. So those 3 keys are the ones you really want to work with. When you hold down Shift and left click, it basically draws faces between those quads. So if I were to, say, lay down some more quads here, I can just hold down Shift and left click to create more quads. I can draw some more detail down here. And again, hold down Shift and I can left click and drag to again, fill in that detail. So this is a great way to simply draw on top of a mesh. Now we can also use the Control key to insert edge loops. So if I hold down Control and just move my mouse, you'll see that it's placing those edge loops wherever I go. So if I wanted to, I could place an edge loop here and left click. If I place an edge loop and middle click, it will center that edge loop. So again, let's hold down Control, and I can middle click here again to center that edge loop. Now Shift plus the left mouse button will also relax. Notice how the relax command comes up. So if I select something and drag along it, it's kind of like a paint tool in that it will relax that geometry and make it smoother. Now the Tab key allows you to extend borders. We can extend single borders or entire edge loops. I find edge loops to be a little bit more practical. So if we hold down the Tab key and middle mouse button, you can see it switches to extend. So if I middle mouse button, it will extend the entire edge here. If I want to go on this side, again, middle mouse button will extend. And remember, these actually stick to that surface. Now, if I want to isolate my detail, I can hold down Tab and left click, and that will just add 1 edge loop here. Now, these will snap, so you can snap these and this will automatically weld. So as you can see, this is a really fast and interactive way to draw original geometry with other surfaces as a reference.